We just unboxed it a few hours ago, and our full review is quite a ways away. But after a few hours with Sony's latest flagship Android tablet, we have a few early thoughts, and we'd like to share them with you. I'm Michael Fisher, this is Pocket Now, and this is our first impressions pass of the Sony Xperia Tablet Z. The very first concern I wanted to address on first power-up was the screen. We know the Xperia Z smartphone doesn't have the best display as far as viewing angles go, but Sony looks like it's combating that issue here by using the mobile Bravia engine to really ramp up the saturation on this so-called HD Reality Display panel, and using bright and colorful images throughout the UI. Yeah, that's one way to go, and the effect is that I'm not thinking too much about the viewing angles when I use it. I'm too busy thinking, wow, all this color in a light, thin tablet. This is amazing. The initial setup process is simple and gets you on your feet with Google, Twitter, and Facebook, and before long the tablet is synced and ready to go. It's always interesting to see how an OEM tweaks Android, and the layout of Sony's skin is interesting, with shortcuts and widgets staying on the small side, despite the ample screen size of this 224 ppi panel. There's kind of a mix of bloatware and stock titles loaded on these home screens. Sony's taking the opportunity to pimp out its own offerings here with Walkman, Sony Select, and Social Life, but there's also Chrome and Calendar and Email and so on, and a weather app here with some subtle animation that's pretty cool. Now, it's been a while since I've used Android on a 10-inch screen, and while stock apps look great, others continue to look stretched, scaled, and, well, rough. It's really awesome that Sony has kept the notifications and quick shortcuts in the lower right, which is much more handy than gorilla arming up to the upper left to deal with notifications, as in stock Android. This tablet is running 4.1.2, by the way, and it's the 16GB version. About 9.5 of those gigs are usable out of the box. There's also a pair of custom soft keys down here, one of them leading to a rack of customizable shortcuts, and the other to a remote control application, presumably to take advantage of the IR port that's almost invisible along the top edge. As you might expect, the screen is a total smudge factory. After just an hour of use, there was a pretty respectable film of filth on the glass, but on the flip side, that soft touch back feels amazing to hold. That coating also inspires confidence that you're not going to scratch the thing to pieces the first time you casually drop it onto a table, and the IP55 and IP57 immersion ratings mean the Tablet Z can even take a dunk in the sink. But you'll have to wait for the full review to see that. That's what we call a little tease right there. We can already tell the design of this hardware is probably going to be one of the bright spots of our review. Keep in mind, this is just a first look, but at this point, it's absolutely one of the more comfortable 10-inch tablets we've handled, ever. In part, thanks to its low mass compared to other tablets in its weight class. 495 grams isn't light, but it's not heavy either. The thing feels great, and our preliminary and informal flex test gives us a good feeling about its durability. Battery life, benchmarks, daylight performance, water resistance, portrait usage, and so much more. There's a lot left to explore in the Tablet Z, and we've just barely scratched the surface here on day one. Keep it locked to Pocket Now for comparisons, follow-ups, and our full review coming soon. And if you just can't wait to buy your own Xperia Tablet Z, and you want one right now, do what we did. Visit Negri Electronics in the link down in the description. And while you're waiting for more on the Sony Xperia Tablet Z, follow us on social media so you don't miss a thing. Drop us a like if you did enjoy the video, leave a comment if you have something to add, or a question to ask us to cover in the final review. And as always, thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.